Hi, guys. How is everyone doing? I hope you all are doing well, and I see the chat is already filling up. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you all could be here today. I'm so glad the mods could be here today. We are going to have a fun little show today. We are going to touch base on Duchess Scamalot and her many instances of plagiarism. And I thought we should take, a trip down memory lane, and we should take a look at, just remind everyone of what Meghan has plagiarized before in the past. And we should go over it. Now, in this live, it's not going to be everything because hell, we would be here all day and all night. We would probably start growing gray hairs by the time we all get through all of the plagiarism and copycat and everything that Meghan has done in her life, because she has shown us time and time again she is not creative. She does not have a creative bone in her body. Well, if Meghan really wanted to be creative, I guess she could always go into the PORN industry, but maybe that's the final route, because clearly she's good at unhinging her jaw and widening up the back of her throat so she could swallow major bananas. But this is who Meghan Markle is. She doesn't do her research. Swallowing bananas. We all know she has a knack for writing on bananas. So, of course, why wouldn't she partner up and do something with bananas and in, the adult entertainment industry? Yeah, she just doesn't want to work. She doesn't. It's a fact. She doesn't want to work. She wants other people to do the work for her, and she just wants to show up and slap her name on things. So today we are going to talk about this epic failure that is the relaunch of As Never, is what I'm going to call it, because I think it's going to be as ever a flop and as never a nothing that is going to be nothing. And at the end of the day, we should all remember and we should all keep in mind that Harry's visa, I'm keeping an eye on this, my friends, that in a few, I don't know, 40 minutes from now or within an hour from now, we should find out the results if Harry's visa findings will be made public. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And number two, we got to keep our focus on the fact that Archewell and their multiple Delaware companies have funneled, allegedly, or they could have funneled illegal charity funds in a manner that shouldn't have been handled. So, the one thing that I have wondered, and I did ask about this, with Trump saying that he's not going to ever, or he's not going to ship back Harry, it makes me wonder, does that mean like he could ever get charged with, like, misappropriating government grants and charity funds and things like that? Or will he always be protected by Papa Charles? And he will always, this is why he's always been coddled. He's never had to pay for his past mistakes or anything like that. John Stone 1615 says, love your snarky and creative style of presentation and love your pursuit of the truth. Thank you. I've been told that I have a creative and what was the word? Interesting way of putting my words together. I think I like to just be colorful with my vocabulary without cussing, because it's like ever since you have a little one, you got to not swear so much. So I think of other ways to express myself, and sometimes it comes out funny. So how many times has Meghan plagiarized? Meghan's been plagiarizing since the day of the Tig. Let's be completely honest. Meghan has never had an original thought in her body, in her soul, or anything. So let's begin with some of her things. First of all, The channel mascot would like to say hello. He is currently sleeping now on his bed, but before I started, I thought I should take a photo of him, and he is now snoozing away. So he's just saying hello here. I thought I'd share this photo with you guys, and we shall get into the nitty-gritty. So the Ewok gremlin of our channel mascot Monster says hello to everyone. And today he's not so growly. Maybe it's because it's earlier and he's sleeping. So I managed to sneak this photo of him, and he was just like, hey, what are you doing? Who told you you can take a photo of me? You didn't pay for it. Make sure I bill you later for the cost of taking this photo. Anyway, so that was Monster. There's the little bit of Monsters hit for the day. But as you can see from my photo that I have picked to choose for today, you can see that Meghan has always drawn inspiration from other women. I have to give, oh, thank you guys. Look, Monster, you're getting so much love. He's licking himself at the moment, so better not interrupt that. But as you can see, Meghan has always been inspired by other women. And let me show you this chart here, and let me see if I can make it as large as possible. So our online fashion sleuth, Remy Remoulade Sauce, you guys should go follow that account. They are the ones who, I don't know how they do it, but they can identify every single piece of clothing, even from a stitch of fabric, and identify things. Like, they are our Twitter fashion sleuth, and they have been keeping this running tally of Meghan and her, what is it, and her copycat looks. I mean, I'd like to call it being inspired, but but Meghan basically likes to copy other women, and then she likes to claim that other women copy her. Now, we know that she is obsessed with Catherine. We've got Catherine wearing the white coat look in 2012, and then Meghan in 2017. Catherine doing what is it, tartan coat, and Meghan was wearing it in 2018. So 2012, 2018. We've got so many different instances and years that, Meghan's saying that I didn't know who the royal family was. If you want to link Katie, yeah, sure. Please do drop the link in the comments below. I appreciate it. But Meghan's entire life has been cosplaying. And the thing is that Catherine, we see that she can take very cheap pieces, or not so expensive, like high street, as they're called, high street pieces, or even Zara pieces, and elevate them, because the way that she wears them is tailored to her body. She has it fitted to her body, whereas Meghan just basically takes it off the rack. If it's 10 sizes bigger, who cares? She'll just throw it together, and it's not polished, it's not clean. You can see dandruff on the shoulders. It's a constant copycat. But this is what she has done from the very beginning, from the absolute beginning. Yeah, Catherine is gorgeous. And the thing is with Catherine is that the public have seen her for over 20 years. With Meghan, it's like you just came in like a bull in a china shop and just expected to be elevated to the same level. Now, I will always fault the royal family for giving in and giving her so much without her even proving herself to be worthy of everything that she was receiving. I will always fault the royal family for giving into that. But with Catherine, we have watched her grow over the years. We've seen her and William's love blossom over the years. We have watched it all. And it's almost like we've grown, we're like a part of their family. Whereas Meghan, it's like she is always trying to be someone else. And when a person is always faking being someone else, when they're always pretending to be someone else, then it really makes you stop and pause and wonder, like, what is this person hiding? Why is this person always cosplaying someone else? What is wrong with them? And well, we see what is wrong with Meghan Markle. speak of the devil. Hold on a second. Here's Monster. He's heard me say the names, and now he wants to come and sit right next to me. Let me grab his blanket, and then he can... Hello, Monster. You've come to join the fun, huh? Come on up. Come on, little dog. There you go. There you go. Hello. Now just sit beside mommy while I speak. Ouch. That was my knee. Catherine, like, we've seen her, despite all the times she's been bullied in the press, all the times that the press have, we saw the whole, remember, I don't want to bring it up, but the entire debacle with the bus in London and what was scrawled on the side of the bus and what it said about her. What do you think of Meghan Markle, Monster? What do you think of Meghan Markle? He just came out of a slumber, so he's still out of it. He's not even whining or anything. Here, lie down. But we have seen, the thing with Catherine is that we've seen her go through everything. We've seen her just keep her head down and just go about her business. We've seen her do her work on her early years, which I love seeing grow. Like, it's been over 10 years she's been doing work on her early years campaign. And then you've got Meghan Markle, who, like I said earlier, is like a bull in a china shop. And she just wants to put out something and it become extra popular and famous just because her name is on it. But it's like, we've seen your character, Meghan. We see who you are, and people don't want to support that. No, Monster's not sick. He was sleeping and he walked over, so he's still in that kind of like sleepy haze. Oi. Oh, here you go. Hey, cut it out. You don't lick yourself. Hey, stop licking yourself, please. Your skin is not in good condition. You need to stop licking. Hold on. So, I know. So I'm putting his cone back around his neck because he's been licking himself and he doesn't like it. There's the growl. So let me show you a couple examples here and let's talk about it, because I wanted to remind you guys that this whole debacle with Meghan being a cosplaying weirdo or copying others is not something new. It's not something new that she has done. Like, she's done this before. I've always said the fact that a woman will dress like your husband's deceased mother, there's something seriously wrong with you. There is something seriously wrong upstairs. Yes, it's called the Catherine effect and not the Meghan effect. Definitely not the Meghan effect. And the only way Meghan can only sell out something is if she wears a piece from like multiple seasons ago and it is like not available, and they will claim they will claim that it has been sold out. That's what she does. Then yeah, it's ridiculous. Tessie, thank you, says, I'm late. I'm sorry. My daughter has been a nightmare. Kids, grr. What has done is copy the coat of arms thing. And Monster, hello. Girl, trust me, I know the whole kids can be a nightmare thing, okay? I feel your pain, and I'm glad that you can make it here. Yeah, it's so sick and twisted. Princess Catherine does it to pay respect. Smegs does it to copy, which is weird. Don't forget that Meghan wore Penhaligon's wild bluebell on their first date. Wasn't that Diana's perfume? Because it wasn't. I know that this is so funny. I walked into a Joe Malone store while I was on my travels not too long ago, and I went to go pick up some hand cream, and I was just like looking at the other stuff, and this girl, the saleswoman, comes up to me and she says, you should really like try this wild bluebell scent. It's a real popular scent, and it's made even popular by Meghan Markle. And I just looked at her. I was like, yeah, like I already thank you. Like I said, thank you. And I thanked her for her help and everything. I said, but just so you know, I already have wild bluebell, but you might not want to use Meghan Markle as your selling point. And I just left it at that, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to delve into everything. But yeah, please just don't use Meghan Markle as your selling point. It might not be great. But this is what Meghan does. And she's been doing this from the beginning. Let me show you some examples. Besides the fact that she stole the coat of arms from the company, besides from Mallorca, let me remind you where the Archwell logo came from. Let me remind you that an Austrian property firm had the Archwell logo made for one of their projects, which was named Am Werdener. And then this was the Archwell logo. And all that they said when they reached out to the CEO of the company, the gentleman said, oh, it's just, it's flattering. Imitation is the finest form of flattery. That's what he said. But at the end of the day, I got to tell you guys something, because Meghan is going to go after these companies and take their trademarks and take their logos, because number one, this company that's located in Germany, you think they're going to file a super expensive lawsuit to fight a woman in the US? No, they're not. So they just let her go with it because they aren't that big of a company. And she's doing the same thing here with As Ever and with the other, like, remember Archwell? Archwell belonged to a guy in the Philippines. He was using it for his perfumes, for a whole host of things he had the name Archwell Havatera. And Meghan took that. He filed a lawsuit against them because he actually has the trademark. And now she's doing the same thing with As Ever. She's taken Mallorca, this little town in Mallorca, their coat of arms, and she's taken the name from As Ever Boutique, which is that boutique in New York. I put that it was a independent women's owned business. That was at the beginning, but after, when I found out more about it, it's actually a husband and wife team. Okay, I see you guys are all talking about Joe Malone and stuff. Look, TC, I was just at a Joe Malone event and I was talking about Osmanthus Blossom, and Nashi Blossom is another one that are two limited editions that they should definitely bring back. But for any Joe Malone fans out there, heads up, because they do have a new scent coming out, which is about to launch, and it's supposed to be a coconut-based scent. But yeah, that one is a really good one. They took it off the market. Sorry, guys. The chat has gone totally left here. Honesty and Truth, thank you, says, sorry to say, but she's going to play the illness card. Just wait. And then, as we all know, the daddy used me one sick person, psycho, socio, don't know, but here it comes. Yeah, she's always going to play some card like she's the victim all the time, or she's going to blame it on someone else. She said that Netflix is her partner. Watch her claim that, oh, it was someone in Netflix who came up with a coat of arms and they came up with the image and it was them who did it. Thank you, Tessie. And it wasn't my idea. Because never anything is their fault. Yes, she has no shame at all. But that's not the first time, like I've told you guys, because remember, she had the nerve to try and use Eleanor Roosevelt's own words and try and pass it off as her own. So Eleanor Roosevelt had said, it isn't enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. Then Meghan at the 2015 UN conference says, it isn't enough to simply talk about equality. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it. That is blatant plagiarism. If you were in college, if you were in any kind of educational academic program, you would get thrown out of class these days for that kind of blatant plagiarism. Let me show you another one here, since I'm just going to go through them all. This is Meghan copying Cressida Bonus, as we all know, was Harry's previous ex-girlfriend. Now, Cressida had said to the Sunday Times in 2015 and she was talking about the secret to surviving as a royal girlfriend. And she was talking about and saying, and one of her quotes was, "It is really important to remember that all of it is, hold on. It's really important to remember that all of it is noise." Okay. And she was talking about the media attention. And then we get Meghan Markle in her Vanity Fair, September 2017, Wild About Harry, says, "I don't read any press. I haven't read any press for Suits. The people who are close to me anchor me in knowing who I am. The rest is noise." Yes, Megan. We see how you're always on your phone. You have a couple phones and you're always on them. They're always in your hands. Just lie after a lie after a lie after a lie. Yeah, we're getting to Steve Jobs too here. We're getting to Steve Jobs. And this is Meghan. She is so void of an actual personality. She is so void of an actual, any kind of creativity or coming up with anything herself. She just can't do it. Here's another one. Here, let me pull it up. Here's a whole host of quotes. There's the one from, whoops, that got huge. From when she claimed she had a miscarriage. And within what was it? The New York Times, she wrote an op-ed about about her miscarriage. Number one, no woman comes and publicly talks about a miscarriage as they actually had a miscarriage. Number two, Meghan Markle had 3 different stories of her miscarriage. I think I shared that link in my previous video that you guys should go check out. And I laid out the 3 different stories that were told about her miscarriage. Now, believe me, like there are many women in the chat here that I'm sure many of you at one point have suffered a miscarriage at some point, because it happens more than you can imagine. I can only speak for myself. I have had one, and I've mentioned this before, and I can tell you the details of it, from exactly what happened from the moment I felt that first sharp cramp in my abdomen. I can give you the exact details from start to finish, and the details will never change. The details of what happened will never change. But the fact that Meghan Markle has multiple different stories, multiple different versions of the same event, just tells you that this didn't happen. And the fact that they claimed that they had buried this bodily, oh, I don't even know how to, like, at this point, it is, I don't even know how to mention it, but they took this unborn fetus that they claimed and they buried it under a tree in Santa Barbara in their backyard where they live. Number one, that's the biggest load of BS ever. No hospital or clinic or anywhere would ever let you take home that kind of stuff ever, or bury it in the backyard. And you know how fast coyote or wild animals would smell that and bury that up? It's all lies. It's all lies. To all of those that are sharing that they had someone in their life who suffered a miscarriage or have suffered one themselves, my heart goes out to you, because yeah, it is it is the wildest emotional roller coaster of feelings and hormones that you will go through, and it's hard to get over, and it's something that you will never forget. It's one of those things that are always going to be in the back of your mind as a woman. Thank you, Stephanie. I mean, thank you, Christine. I don't know why I said Stephanie. I was reading a comment about the book, about the miscarriage book that Meghan was copying Stephanie Tong here at the same time. Thank you, Christine, my darling. You are so sweet. Stephen, you are kind, and I appreciate all the work that you do. As Ever Enterprise, September 18, 2024, Delaware registered. 3 new trademarks, 18th of February, covers mixes for baked goods, cookies, and crepes. You know what's crazy is that the amount of time and money that she spends on all of this, is just so crazy. Like, just focus on one thing and just run with it. But she lacks that. It's like the moment she gets a little bit of criticism and the moment that people point out something that she has done wrong, she just drops it and moves on to the next thing. But the thing is that she continues making the same mistakes with the new thing. Gray Voice says, I extend my sorrow to you women who have had miscarriages, deep sorrow. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Miscarriage, products of conception. Yeah. I always, the way I think of it, the way I kind of like made myself heal from it is that I reasoned that the reason why it happened is that it wasn't the time for it. It wasn't the right time. And that when the right time for you or for any woman to get pregnant, I feel like when it is the right time, it will happen. And there are reasons why certain things don't happen in life. And that's the way that I kind of reasoned with it. But yeah, it's very tragic and a lot of people deal with it, and Meghan Markle is an absolute ghoul to use something tragic like that. But do you notice how she does that? How she uses really like tragic events knowing that people won't question her because it's a sensitive topic, like her so-called miscarriage and then her so-called guy passing away, which part of me doesn't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle could tell me the sky is blue outside, and I would still have to look outside to make sure that it was actually blue. Tessie, thank you, my dear, said, I had twins. My daughter lived, and my son died 2 minutes after his birth, and that what person put me off of their story. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, dear. To all of those, my friends, like, yeah, my heart goes out to you. And yeah, you see it the same way. That's what I think. I always feel like the reason why things happen in life is that it wasn't meant to be. The universe is a mystery. It definitely is. It definitely is. I swear Gypsy Rose and Megan are the same person. I swear Megan, Gypsy Rose, Blake Lively, who else? This Ashley St. Clair chick that Elon allegedly, I should say, knocked up because he hasn't claimed it yet, right? And my apologies. And I just feel like, yeah, these are all the same type of people. But Meghan has been plagiarizing since day one. Look at the bench. Oh, and Jada too. Who could forget Jada? The worst of the worst. Look at the bench. The bench was a copy off of a book. And at the end of the day, the author that wrote the original book, I forget, what was it? The Boy in the Bench, it was called instead. They came out and what they said was, I'm flattered. And the reason why they said that is because they know that they can't go up against Meghan and her lawyers. I want to share this last thing before I get going here, because I need to show you guys this is Meghan being the bully that she is. This is her once again proving that she is a bully. And Audrey Forbes Hamilton shared this on her X account yesterday, which I had to share. And she says, this is directly from a trademark attorney of my acquaintance. As ever, New York has not registered their trademarks, so they cannot oppose MM's application. However, there is a possibility that they could sue for trademark infringement because they have common law rights that protect unregistered marks that have already been in use. However, the legal cost of doing this would be prohibitive and the chance of success would be slim. So basically, my comment was, it makes sense that Meghan would know this detail because she would have trademark lawyers advising her. So Meghan knows that these people can't afford going after her. So what does she do? She bullies them into taking their name and doing whatever she can. I mean, I'll admit it now. When I heard this was happening, I went and bought a couple pieces from As Ever New York clothing line. So we'll wait and see when I get my pieces. I will share them with you guys and show you what I have picked up, because I will always support a small business over a raggedy trollop who thinks that she can go around bullying people, stealing their names, stealing their images, stealing their ideas, and thinks that she can get away with it. And it's horrendous. It is absolutely, this is Meghan Markle. She's a bully. This once again proves that she is an absolute bully. And she likes to go after the little people. Thank you, Katie. And that she needs to always steal other people's ideas because she, like I said, is not creative. She is a ding dong grifter. I should say she is a ding dong grifter because if I say anything else, then I don't know. I don't want the video to get demonetized. But I have made previous like standalone videos that are like quick 5-minute videos showing you guys examples of her copying. There are lots of examples of Meghan Markle copying. If you just throw in your Google search or whatever your search bar is, just do a quick search, Meghan Markle plagiarism, and you will get page upon page upon page of all of the examples of people's ideas that she has copied over the years and time. This is who she is. This is who Meghan Markle is. She likes to steal people's ideas. And now that she's married a prince, she has these high-powered lawyers. She's bullying the little people to make money. And you know what? Shame on Netflix for going ahead with this. And I hope that, I don't know. I've seen that the As Ever Instagram page has blown up and it has grown, which is amazing to see. But I should also warn you guys that be wary because the Sussex Squad, not only are they going around and bullying any account with the name As Ever online and sending them horrific messages, but they are also making fake As Ever accounts. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They're making fake As Ever accounts. So I should let you know that As Ever New York is on Instagram. They don't have an X account, okay? Just so you guys know. And there has been one that has been deactivated also. So just heads up, my friends. Heads up about that because Meghan's Flying Monkey Squad, also known as the Sussex Squad, have been out in full force bullying people and harassing people and just leaving foul, nasty messages. But as usual, like Meghan, like everything she does, everything will always be a flop. Everything will always be a flop because you have shown us who you are. You went and bullied the queen. You went and bullied your own family. You don't have a good reputation. You're not a nice person, and nobody wants to support that. Nobody wants to support a woman who lives in a 16-bathroom mansion, allegedly, which I don't think you live in. But nobody wants to support that at all. But anyways, guys, that's just a couple examples of Meghan Markle's plagiarism that I wanted to point out here and just mention that this woman is a raggedy trollop. Why can't she just go and live her life with her invisible phantom hostage children and just go be happy? She will never be happy because until Meghan finds out who she is, until she figures out who she is as a person, she will never be happy because she is always trying to be someone else. That's Meghan's problem. And until she finds out and figures out who the real Meghan Markle is, which we know is a bullying bitch, well, she should just embrace that. That's it. Be the bully bitch that you are and just be that. That's it. Stop trying to be the nice, oh, I have compassion. I care about people. No, you don't. No, you don't. Penny Lane says she clearly doesn't like she doesn't like who she is, clearly. Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't. That's why she's always trying to pretend who she is. She's trying to live Catherine's life. And I personally don't think there is a little girl named Invisibet. But if there is a little girl named Invisibet, I feel sorry for her and hope that she gets all the therapy that she needs, because you know that Meghan, if there is an Invisibet, she will be modeling that chick after Catherine. She will be modeling that little girl after Princess Charlotte. It's like Meghan will pretend like she's Catherine, and then this Invisibet will pretend like she's Charlotte. That's what it is. Archie in a wig. Yeah, it probably is Archie in a wig. I bet Meg curses around those kids. I bet she probably keeps them in like kennels or something. It's crazy. But anyways, I better get out of here because you guys have no idea what I did. Before I started this live, I was in the kitchen and I was cutting up onions for my little one's dinner later, and I left them just sitting there. And now the onion fumes have wafted all the way over to the living room where I'm sitting to do this. And my eyes are on fire here. And I'm trying to keep myself from hacking up a lung because I can feel the fumes go down in my chest. And you know what? The chat is hilarious right now too. So I'm just like cracking up at the chat. Oh no, I know. Mommy problems, right? Wear goggles when you cut onions. Light a candle. I have candles. I've got candles on right beside where I'm sitting too. But anyways, guys, you have to put a paper plate. Yeah, I thought I put a lid over it properly, but the lid isn't on top of it nicely. So I can feel the fumes coming all the way here. So I need to end this chat because I'm going to start coughing. And I've tried so many times. Like, you already heard me cough once. You were cutting strawberries. No, actually, I was blowing raspberries. Anyways, guys, this was a fun little live we had. Thank you so much all for being here. Stephen, you did mention this. Stephen has been a complete gem. I need to make a video about this and all the information that he sent me. But yeah, there has been a Delaware registered company under the name of Archie Products Limited Liability Company. So Archie Products LLC. Ah, poor kid. Imagine knowing that the only reason you were brought into this world was to be a paycheck for your mother. If Archofficial does write a book one day, I would be the first in line to buy that thing because I would want to know all the details. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, mods, for being here. I'm going to make a few more videos later about Meghan Markle and examples of her plagiarism, but I thought I should come here and just refresh everyone's memory that this isn't the first time she has stolen other people's ideas and crests or emblems or whatever. This is what she does. And until she meets her match and meets someone that will smack her down, then she will just continue bulldozing ahead with what she does. And yeah, Stephen is a super researcher. Yeah, Stephen is incredible. I appreciate everything Stephen does and sends me. Like, it is amazing. 100% appreciate them. But anyways, guys, I better get out of here because these onion fumes are killing my eyes. But I will catch you guys in the next one. I hope you all have a good one, and thank the mods on the way out. Monster says goodbye. Say bye, Monster. Say bye. No, he's sleeping. Sorry, guys, he's sleeping. Have a good one, y'all. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.